Kia ora Dino Fans, I can't believe it's finally here, all the way from Kalki's store. We have the Nanmu, I've got to read this, Studio Zero Set Easy Motion Supplanter 3.0 War God. In other words, the Nanmu articulating Spinosaurus. Woo! I've been waiting a long time for this and cannot believe it's arrived. We've had the T-Rex, I've got the Indominus, I've got the Indoraptor, but the Spinosaurus is set to be one of the best figures ever from Nanmu. So let's get this out and have a look. Now, if you want to pick one of these up, oh man, this packaging from Kalki's is always so fantastic. You know your figures are safe. They are kind enough to have given me a code to pass on to you guys to get 6% off, but I must warn you, this figure is selling out super quick. It's one of the most popular figures I've ever seen, so you need to get on there ASAP. But yeah, descriptions, link to is in the description. You can pick it up there. But also, if you use the code, you can use it on anything else they've got there. Other Nanmu figures, their Godzilla figures, whatever you like. But this is exciting, Dino Fans. I have been waiting for this. I pre-ordered it a good 6 months ago. So to finally have it here in the studio, I am pumped. And especially all the way down here in New Zealand, it is very, very hard to get a hold of. Now, if you're a dino collector like me as well, make sure you subscribe because I've got heaps more amazing reviews coming out, and I try to get the figures as quick as I can. But again, being in New Zealand, I'm so far away from the United States and the rest of the world, it is quite difficult to get them. But look at this. I can just about see it. Look at that. 3 layers of packaging, plastic waterproofing, a box, and then the bubble wrap. Well done, Kalki's. Thank you so much for treasuring our amazing figures and shipping them to us so kindly and securely. Oh, no way! This looks sick! The Nanmu Supplanter, look at that! This box is massive. Oh, it's so highly reflective in the light. Very hard for me to show you, but look at those beautiful images. Now, of course, look at that beast. That's insane. Now, I grabbed the one with the color scheme from the legendary Jurassic Park 3, and this looks a lot like the Hammond Collection paint scheme that we've seen. Oh, cool. Looks like I got a little sticker there. Kalki's. Oh, thank you, guys. I'll find a cool spot for that. Oh, let's get this bad boy out. Now, I'm going to do it very carefully because I do like to keep the boxes on these guys safe and sound. There we go. Let us have a look. Oh, brand new. Okay, Dino Fans, I'm going to pull this out so you can see it first. You ready? Where's it looking good? Here we go. This is going to be one of the best figures in the collection, no doubt. Oh, careful does it. I'm going to keep this box nice and neat. Oh, there she is. Oh, still so hard to see with the reflections. Let's have a look here. Take the background. Oh my goodness, that is looking huge. No, you can't even see it. I can barely see it. Right, let's get in there. Let's get this off. Really nice packaging from Nanmu. Super protected, which is always a real bonus. Right, there we go. We're slowly getting there, team. Right, we have, out of the box, one hand. And, oh, let's see if I can get it out okay. Oh, they're pretty tricky to get. We have a second hand, look at that. A whole set of hands with these figures that you can do amazing different poses with. So that's really cool. Some vicious claws going on there. We have the stand. This is really handy for display. Sometimes these figures are a bit hard to display on their own, so the stands are cool. We have the tail, which we'll get out in a minute. In fact, let's take that out right now. It's got some good flexibility in it already. Look at that. That is beautiful. We'll stick that on. And then, of course, we have the magnificent beast itself, the Spinosaurus. Oh my goodness. This looks crazy. This, oh man, I can see it. I'll show you guys. This is, oh, an absolute beast. Look how beautiful that sculpt and detail is. I'm giving you a close-up straight away. That is the most magnificent detail I have seen in a Spinosaurus figure. Right, let's try and get this tail in so we've got the full, oh, it's got battle damage and everything. Can't wait to show you guys this. All right, let's line this up. So that's the back there. We have the tail, and then we have this tail here. Okay, let's click this in. This was really hard last time I do this. I remember quite struggling. You need quite a bit of force, but let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, it's tight. Oh, gotcha. Oh, that went on a lot better. Look at this beauty. That is truly magnificent. That is a decent size too, really big. In fact, it might be bigger than the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which we will compare to shortly. But most importantly, when you get one of these figures, I was looking up on their site, you must preheat the joints, particularly if they're nice and tight. So I have here my wife's hairdryer. Woohoo! I've never done this before. So apparently we just want to get it on medium heat, not full heat, and just give it a little bit of a blow. Can you guys hear me? Man, this is pretty loud. I might fast forward it, but gently go over the joints. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, let's try that. Hopefully that helped. I might go through the air. They feel a bit more loose already. That's great. So just a subtle, subtle little bit there. Let's see if this jaw opens. Okay. Yeah, these are moving great. So you don't want to do it too much because you might damage the paint and the etc. But yeah, that's moving a lot more fluid. So it's just enough just to warm them up, get the stickiness off, and allow some fluid motion. I do find those knee joints a little bit hard. But right, let's count through. There's the beast. Look at that paint job. Let's count the joints. So we have the jaw, 1. We have the head, 2, 3, 4 points in the neck. The arms, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 2 is 14. Hang on. Oh, I'm losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the toes move, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and the tail, 25, 26, 27, 28 points of articulation in this incredible beast. It is truly magnificent. Look at the detail on that snout. Beautiful red, just like in the Hammond collection. Stunning green eye. It's really hard to show you guys up close. My light's just a little bit out of position, but the teeth on these things I love with Namu look totally real, absolutely realistic. There's the mouth open. Look at that snout. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's good. Look at that. Love the variegated grey against the red there. Beautiful fluid motion in that neck. Just so much agility in being able to turn and pose this guy. And then the arms, they've got these vicious as claws for like grabbing fish and clawing, and oh, that is beautiful. So much movement. The legs, amazing. They move left and right, obviously, all these bits. The toes, I think I need to blow dry those a little bit more. But they also spread out a bit. If you move them like that, see how they spread? You can actually spread, hold it like that, hard to see with the light, spread the legs or narrow the legs, see that, which is really cool. So that's good for getting them into standing position. And then the tail, lots of movement in there. Look at that. I'll hold them like this. You can see these figures have incredible amounts of movement. Now this has a slightly bigger body than some of the other figures to accommodate for the sail. So some of them have like a 4th movement in the middle here. I think the T-Rex does, we'll have a look in a minute. But this one doesn't. So it's a little bit less flexible in terms of the movement of the body. But look, I'll show you another close detail. Look at that. We've got a brutal bit of battle damage there, right there, which is so cool on this figure. But this is truly something to behold. So let's compare it with our Tyrannosaurus Rex, the infamous battle of the two beasts. Let's check out the size. So this is the buck-colored T-Rex. I love it with the green. Now putting these, oops. I'm just going to put them on the table, a little bit hard for you guys to see, but I'll put them there. Now looking at it, yep, the Spinosaurus is longer and the Spinosaurus is taller because of the spine. But these, I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but once you hold a Nanmu figure of any of their figures, whether they're the articulating easy motion figures or they're solid museum piece figures, the detail is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You compare it to Mattel, Mattel doesn't even match. The Hammond collection doesn't even match. The detail on these things are absolutely incredible. And they truly are. While they're figurines, they're museum display pieces. Like, these are not necessarily things you want to take out, run around and play with, because the detail is incredible. But yeah, looking at this, the main difference between these guys, obviously the sculpt, but the T-Rex has that extra point of articulation in the belly. So that gives it a real, like, lots of movement in the head there, in the upper torso. But this guy here, the Spino, doesn't have that, but that makes complete sense. Otherwise I would have had to put a big split in the sail, and nobody wants that. But actually, while we're here, let's compare this to the Hammond collection Spino, because I mean, this is one we all love and is an absolute fan fave, like one of the best figures in the Mattel range. And what straight off the bat is ginormous. Look at this. This is like huge. It's nearly 3 times the size of the Namu figure. So if you're going for Mattel Hammond collection, you're getting a much bigger figure. And the paint jobs are almost identical. Look at that. Very, very similar. This is a bit darker, more tan, lighter, the Hammond collection. Obviously the Hammond collection gets the nice rubber tongue, but the detailing. This is a bit more, they're a bit more characterized than Mattel figures, whereas this guy here is more realistic, if you like. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's the two comparing them. Huge size difference, but huge quality difference. And obviously this has a bit more articulation going on. So there you have it. I'll pop the Hammond collection down there. That is the Nanmu. Let me read this. Namu Studio Zero Set Easy Motion Supplanter 3.0 Spinosaurus War God. Look, there's a link down below if you want to pick it up. Great discount for you guys. Make sure you do it. Honestly, you won't regret it. This is a fantastic figure. Any of the Nanmu ones, you just sit there and you stare at them. That is how cool they are. You just stare at the detail. It's like looking at a real dinosaur. Make sure you subscribe, guys, and jump over here. You can check out all my other reviews of the T-Rex and the Indominus Rex over here. Antosaurus out.